because by keeping the edges, like preserving the edges, we won't have to worry about the seams because they'll have preserved the seams that we know already work. Uh, so copy this, paste, save. All right, so that should be good. Excuse me. Uh, Buildmaster Bob. Okay. Uh, uh, There's a streamer who's doing a charity, and one guy ordered them a Pizza Hut small pizza with no cheese, pepperoni, and tuna. Did they say they wanted a small cheese pizza with no cheese, pepperoni, and tuna? Because that's a funny thing to get otherwise, unless you're expecting it. And sorry, I was partly laughing just then because it reminded me of oh man, I'll have to. I don't even remember what it's called, but like the funniest pizza I've ever seen was pretty funny. It was it was pretty funny. I just don't remember what it's called. Someone ordered a pizza and they asked for no cheese, no cheese, no sauce, and I think it was like hamburger on half of the pizza. So when it arrived, it was basically just like a circle of dough, and then there was hamburger in the box as well. Because you could tell it had been put on the pizza, but there was nothing to hold it there, so it just kind of like rolled off. Um, yeah. I was just reminded of it by the no cheese, pepperoni, and tuna. Okay, so yeah, so the sorry, I'll do like work related stuff at some point probably. So I'm going to oh, that's the other thing I could do. Uh yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it yet. But the water now animates. So one thing I could do for the river is to go back and put in the second frame of water animation, but I don't really care about that right now. So I'm not gonna do it right now. uh, okay. Let's yeah. So these new layers, these are gonna be where we start putting the river in, and then we're gonna like melt the two environments together. So let's sorry. Um, all right. So file open BG's river. Uh, so we need the background, we need the midground, we need the near ground. We don't need the foreground. And like I said, we haven't actually animated this yet, so we don't need both of the water layers. We'll just take one of them at random. And so I'm going to start plugging these in just like over the other one. So like just plug this in. And then so go to the midground and put in a new layer and plug this in. And so for starters, it's just going to be like all the layers all together all the time, 24/7. But we'll start reducing from there. So now it's basically going to be a river, or it's going to be a little village with a river just flowing directly through it. But it won't stay like that. Oops, this goes here. Yeah. So now it's just now it's just a village. So like this actually, I mean, this is somewhat indicative of like what it's actually going to look like eventually. What we're going to do is so we need there's not grass in the village, so we're gonna have the buildings, or so there's not. So I mean, the interesting thing about buildings is that they kind of can just like pop out of nowhere. There's going to be like a first building somewhere, so we can just it's not going to stretch all the way to the far edge of the screen, but like yeah, I mean basically. Oh yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna have these. I don't think I'm gonna have these little like carts outside of the center of town. I think like these will be like once you get into town, you'll start to see these because like I think that tends to be how those marketplacey things like kind of work. So like they tend to be like central. They tend to be like where the people aggregate. looking at Cheeseman Panda's thing on another screen, but it's taking a second to load. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I can show that. That'll just take a second to load. I'll just put that down for a second while it loads. Okay, yeah, so so one thing I'll do, I'm basically just gonna start hacking at these, because, like, I'm gonna have to, like, draw them back together again at some point, so, the reason I'm starting with these images, though, is just because a lot of these raw stuff I will use, just not that, because we're not gonna have those, characters at the edge of town. Yeah, so it's not, like, terribly original or whatever, but I think we'll probably do with the river the same thing that we do with the river going into the forest, which is I think I have like a reference piece in the logo actually. Yeah, so what the river does in the oh no, it doesn't actually show up. What the river does in the forest, if you've seen that transition before, are we transitioning to it right now? That would be convenient. Oh! I was like, are we trying? I was like, are we transitioning to it right now? That'd be convenient, and we are. So we're not gonna see it yet because like the transition is gonna take a little while. Sorry, I was not expecting that to actually work. But what we'll see is the river just kind of like because there's no river in the forest, and so to transition from the river to the forest, the river just kind of like veers off into the background. You'll see it just kind of like turns back, and then the trees like come up, and I'm gonna assume that user was not trying to say anything helpful and give him a 24-hour ban. So see you tomorrow, Vagrant CEN. If you were trying to say something helpful, I'm sorry. I mistook all those asterisks for for something not helpful. All right. So I think I'll just do something similar with the town, is what I was gonna say, because like I have to do something with the. Oh no, you know what I could do if I wanted to. I could have like a pond. I could have the river like empty out into a pond. That's like one thing I haven't done yet. The things, because like the river, actually, wow, the river's gonna have 4 transitions once I'm done with this. Because the river has when you get to the river from the cave, there's like a waterfall coming down from over the cave mountainous area, like the cave rocky area, and it pools into a basin, and then it flows out into the river, and then when you come in from the frozen area, like you cross over a bridge. It's a bridge over frozen. It's a frozen river, but then you walk over a bridge, and so it kind of comes in from the foreground. It kind of like comes in from like off screen. I don't know, but like behind the camera. Yeah, I guess I don't like repeating things unnecessarily, and I will have to repeat things with the river eventually. If I keep connecting things to it, it will eventually have to like flow off into the distance again, or flow in from off into the midground, or off into the foreground, or it'll have to do something like that again eventually. But I don't want to get needlessly duplicative. So yeah, and then so maybe there will be like a basin, and then or like there'll be a little pond or something, and then so maybe it will have like some indistinct like other, maybe it just pools there, and then like there's another place somewhere else that it empties out or something, but like we won't get into that, and then we can have like a little fisher person on the edge of the screen. Now, I don't know if I actually want the fisherman or fisher person at the edge of town. Yep. This is amazing. I look like I'm like 12 years old in this picture. I don't know why. Was that picture taken of me when I was like 12? No, it couldn't have been, because I was fat when I was 12. You know what's funny, Cheeseman Panda, is like months ago. Like back when I first started streaming, that was like that was the emote that was requested, the Binary Kappa emote. So I get the people have spoken. If I ever get a partner, I will have to make a Binary Kappa emote. Apparently, I even one time I did an impression of Kappa on stream, and someone took a picture of it, and there was a Binary Kappa dot JPEG for a little while. Uh, okay, yeah. So with these, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's okay. So that's the one very function the one so the one very functional thing I have to do. Oh yeah, so this horse cart is or this cart is not going to be here either, and this vendor is not going to be here. I'm just gonna trim this layer down to the buildings, because I can't forget there is one very functional thing that this layer has to do. This layer has to have a cluster of buildings, such as like kind of like this one, right? Except near this edge of the screen, because the adventurers that leave the right, so in the village there's this other layer, right, of the adventurers like kind of just walking along in the background, that they have to stop somewhere because they can't like, if I don't give them somewhere like subtle to transition away from, they'll just kind of like disappear. No, live coding is wrong because I haven't done like any coding. Like just for example, I haven't done any coding in the last week, and I've streamed like 40 hours in the last week. So yeah, I've thought of live coding TV. I thought of it for about 2 seconds, and it was very rapidly, abundantly clear that it is not in fact correct for me. If they had like livedev.tv, that would be right for me. But like coding is such a small part of dev. Like it's literally an optional part of dev. Like you can make entire games without coding, and I'm not a coder, I'm a dev. So yeah. There's like two people on livecoding.tv, aren't there? Like does it actually have an audience? Um uh if you want me to have an audience, Ancient Scion, you should show up more often. I'm just kidding. Uh, no, if I wanted to have an audience, I'd spend time like promoting my stream, which like I don't know. Sometimes I do that. I just don't care most of the time. Uh, it's not a bad idea. It's just time that I wouldn't be spending doing other things. So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of the rest of these buildings. Oops. Just get rid of the rest of these buildings, and then I'm just gonna like fabricate in some right here real quick. So like basically just like connect to this building. So do 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 do. Why would I need money to get on the? Oh, do you need to buy time on the main page of Twitch? I thought they, huh? I thought they just I thought they just like, yeah. No, I guess I don't really know how that works. I always assumed that it was just that like they just had someone at Twitch who like chooses what content to feature. But like no, I don't care. I really don't care about that stuff. If you guys care about whether I have an audience or not, like feel free to promote my stream. Like feel free to like tell people about it. It's not a secret. This is literally live on the internet right now. Like I don't think well yeah. Let me ask you guys like, are you sad that I don't spend more time promoting the stream? Like would you enjoy the stream more if there were more people here? Um, because like literally the only reason I don't spend more time promoting the stream is just the logistics of it. Like um if I'm going to be promoting the stream, then when the word goes out about the stream, I should be online. And so the only convenient time really for me to promote the stream would be first thing in the morning before I go live. But I mean, honestly, that's just not a very convenient time for me. Like I in the mornings before I go live, I'm usually like wrapping up like other things that like I'm either getting ready for that day or I'm just like having breakfast and like trying to get online. So like the more stuff that I do in that regard, like the longer it's going to take me to get online. And honestly, like that's work. That's like it's not fun. I wouldn't enjoy doing it. And so like I'd get worn out faster. So like the more time I spend promoting, like the less time I'm going to spend streaming. So for me personally, like streaming and deving are like the things that are important to me. So those are the things I actually do. Yeah, like I'm saying, if if those things are more important to you, like I said, like there's like okay, so I mean, like promotion and getting an audience is about getting the word out there. And like so the interesting thing about that is that like if I spent like a ton of time trying to get the word out, that would be like so effective. Like let's say I spend like 100 hours like trying to get the word out or whatever. The same 100 hours like distributed amongst like 500 people. So like each person is now only spending 20 minutes. And like not even 20 minutes really. Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if one person spending like 100 hours on promotion was actually less effective than like 100 people spending like 5 minutes on promotion. Like cuz it's about people, right? It's about like connecting to people and like people and personship and like peopleness, it's like a network, right? So like I only know so many people, like, and I can only reach so many people. Like the way to really get the word out about something is for many of people to spread the word. It's this wonderful. I think when it like on a grand scale, it's what the internet calls like virality, uh, and I forget what I was talking about. I'll be honest, I'm mostly just drawing roofs. And then my mouth was going. Because my mouth didn't really have anything better to be doing at the time. Oh, I also haven't been looking at chat. I did see that it was moving out of the corner of my eye. Hold on, I'll look at that real quick. Uh, yeah, like I said, Ancient Scion, like if you care about those things, like go for it. Like feel free. This stream is not a secret. Um, None of those things like none of those like without people I can still make games. Like if I wasn't streaming I could still make games, and my objective here is to make games. So I that's partly why I don't care whether people here or not. But like if that's important to you, like if interaction is important to you, then like I don't know, like I said, have a blast, have fun, do what you feel is right in your heart of hearts. um, so, yeah, partnership, another thing that I really don't care about. Like, people like partnership, I think, because it's like a status thing, but like, what does it actually do? Like, what does partnership actually mean? Like, what? So, like, for example, like, if you were watching a stream, like, that was a partner versus like a stream that was not like a partner, like, what's materially different for you? And like, what's materially different for that streamer, too? As far as I can tell, there are answers to that question, but as far as I care, none of those answers actually matter to me. So again, yeah, like I get that like some people care about those things, and for some people it's probably important. Good for those people. Is basically my sentiment in that on that topic. Um, oh, you know what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually yeah, I can figure out how to resolve these buildings actually. But I think I'm actually going to put this one in front of the other building. And like these two buildings, the really short one and this other one that I'm adding in, it's a little weird that there are this many buildings on the edge of town. So maybe I should actually bring back some of these other buildings. Is that gonna be weird though? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird, but it's gonna be weird in a way that I don't like have to do it, but I am going to do it, honestly. When you say emotions, do you mean emoticons? They're they're very similar sounding, but also very different subjects, honestly. Uh, oh yeah, Reddit. The thing about Reddit is that you're actually not supposed to like self promote on Reddit. Like you can, but like they have like really draconian or like really just in my opinion dumb rules about like when you're allowed to post your stuff. Did you know that the rule on Reddit is that you're only 10% of the stuff you post is allowed to be your own stuff, which is honestly like dumb. Like I don't want to come up with like 9 articles like that I actually don't care about. Just I don't know. To me it doesn't make sense, but that's so I tend to not get super. I just tend not to care about Reddit very much. But I mean, I like it. I like reading it. It'd be nice if I could use it as a site, but like they just set up these weird rules that I don't agree with, and frankly, I don't think help them or anyone. I don't know why they have them, and because of them, I just kind of ignore it mostly. So. I can eat habaneros. Sorry, I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm just gonna mute the microphone for 1 second, but I'll be right back. Sorry, just 1 second. Yeah, I can eat habaneros. I can eat habaneros and oh, it was oh wait, sorry, Simat Diddler, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, that's everyone asks that. Everyone asks that all the time. The sorry, what I'm working on here is it's also the game that we see on the bottom of the screen. I'm making a village to go in the game. It's I kind of made most of the village already, but now the way the environments work in this game is like they're so right now we're in a forest, as you can see, and the way you move about the world, like you transition from environments to environments, and so like now that we're in the forest, eventually, spoilers, we're going to transition to the mountains, and so you'll see like the forests kind of like give way, and then like the mountains come in, and I'm working on the art that kind of like sets up that sort of transition, except the ones that I'm working on now are when we're in the river and we're transitioning into the village. So, yeah, the way I set it up, it's because the way I set up like these particular environments, there's like this. So like in the village, there are like these adventurers that just kind of like wander about. Like they're just like NPCs basically that just like mill about in the background. And the way I set it up, I kind of like they so they're walking along. They're actually walking in the opposite direction that the adventurers and you know the adventuring party, the players, are wandering. And the So the thing I'm setting up right now is I'm basically putting in a building on the outskirts of town that's big enough so that the fact that the NPCs just kind of like wander in that direction, basically I'm giving them a place to like to resolve so that they don't just like disappear, right? They have to go somewhere, right? They're just like constantly like milling about, and the ones that are like moving, like they can't just like vanish, right? So this basically what'll happen once the transition's done is that the adventures will or the NPC adventure characters or whatever will just kind of like be wandering off in this general direction, and then they'll kind of go behind these buildings, and there's just like going to be this big string of buildings here, and so like it's not particularly clear. Like we never explain exactly like where did those characters go or whatever, but they just kind of oh I can no never mind. I was gonna say I could have like a gate at the entrance to the village, but no, I don't think that's right. Uh, so doop doop. Uh, oh yeah, sorry. I'm apparently really slow on answering chat or just responding to chat. Yeah. So Lord Cactus. Oh, I don't know why it took me so long to read that. Lord Cactus Gaming said that if you sub, the streamer makes money, but if you donate, the streamer makes money. So like there's like it's just another way to make money, and I don't actually want donations. I mean, I don't dislike donations. Like I really appreciate donations. It's because it's how I can support myself. But like I never planned on making money through donations or subs for that matter. I make games. I was planning on making money through games. Like if people instead of paying me for games want to just pay me to stream, like that's fine. Go for it. Like if because the more like if I make money through streaming, then I don't have to charge for my games, right? I can just give away my games for free. So, I don't know. It's yeah, so when I say like I don't care about that stuff, it's not that I don't care about money. It's just that like people like break their back, not literally, but I hope not literally. But people like go to crazy lengths like trying to chase down partnership, but it's like and okay, so yeah, like I was saying earlier, like for them, maybe that makes a lot of sense. For me though, it's like why stress about that? Why not just instead and so I say why not because spoilers, this is what I do instead of spending all my time like trying to like accomplish all those things, I spend my time making games. I really I can't regret that decision. Like I make games and I spend my time making games. Like that seems like something that makes sense to me and something that seems like pretty right. It's like if your job is to make games, like what if you made games and then yeah, and then like that's kind of the whole story. It's like there's not much else to it. Um, but like if Twitch was like, hey, would you like to be a partner? I'd be like, I don't know. Do I have to fill out paperwork or something? No, I'd be like, yeah. I would be a partner because yeah. No, actually, right. I was forgetting all of the important stuff, which is no. If I was a partner, I would have I would have like emotes. I'd make so many of those. I would make as many as I'm allowed to make. I would make all of them. I would just make hundreds of them if I'm allowed to make hundreds of them. Um, because emotes are hilarious and I love them. But then like, but then like they don't even get given away for free. Like then you have to, in order to get the, is it? I've never. Is it? It's like if you I know I'm such a sellout. If you, if like you only get emotes if you sub to that streamer, right? That's like, is it that? Is it that anyone can use them inside the streamer's chat channel, but you have to sub to use them in other chat channels, or is it that just that like literally only subs get to use them? Because like I'd want it to be that anyone in the chat channel could use them, but I don't know. Is it? Does anyone? Someone here probably knows how that works, right? Does someone here? Can someone here fill us in? Is it the first one? The thing where? Is it that? Is it that you can just never use them unless you sub, or is it that? Yeah, you can use it. You can use it in others channels if you sub. But then what about this channel? Like if I had emotes, like could you use them in this channel without subbing, or do you have to sub in order to use them? I know I should know this, but I just don't tend to use emotes that much. I appreciate them, and I recognize that they're delightful. I just don't personally use them myself very much, so uh, that's just why I guess I'm not clear. I should have. All right, I went in and I put in this like this wall here, and then I remembered. Wait, I should have done it in this other color. It won't be that hard to replace. Yeah, I'm silly. Okay. Uh, oh yeah, and actually, I guess it should come back to here. Actually, so I'll cut this a little sharper, like so. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of makes it look like this one's like jutting out a little bit. Uh, so, uh, yeah, not like super important or anything, but, and then maybe this is like the same building and it's just like split level or something. I don't know. I don't know. Do 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 do. Hey, it's vent time. Oh, whoa. That was weird. I must have accidentally color picked like right on the very edge. Because like, like weird and ghostly. Um, Alright. Alright. uh, so, yeah, so part of the reason I went on such a long tirade about like all those various topics is that when I'm working on art, I can do that Like there's some things that I'm working on that I can't like split my focus between like multiple things. But like if I'm just drawing, like I can talk about whatever. So if anyone has questions that they'd like to hear me tirade about, or just answer like a normal person, feel free to ask. And then otherwise, I'll just talk about whatever. How are you guys doing today? How's your Monday the 16th? Having a good Monday the 16th? Having a top-notch day? I hope. Is it the 16th? Was Pi Day 2 days ago? For some reason I thought it was yesterday. No, I guess it was 2 days ago. Huh. Uh, Sorry, I remembered I just threatened to talk about whatever, and then this is what I came up with to talk about. I didn't mean to get that boring that fast. I'm sorry, that was accident. Um, I'm not trying to be that boring. Uh, oh yeah, I did this like kind of like crevicey thing before, like this indented-y thing before. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna bring it out a little bit further, actually. And then yeah, so the other thing, just to delineate that line, I'm pretty sure I cheated it in some regard. I'm pretty sure I used like a slightly darker tone. Let me check. Open. Oh wait, is it one of the things I have open already? No, these are all the river stuff. I don't actually need these open, I don't think. I mean, I might need to check it later, but no. Sounds like you did it right, Jacquemus. Uh, um, I don't know how to respond to that, Cheeseman Panda. Um, uh, Alright, backgrounds, village. Yeah, was it in the near ground somewhere that I had like. Oh no, it was in the mid grounds. I just want to. I basically, if I'm gonna like repeat the same sort of shading, I kind of just want it to be a similar sort of effect. So how far did I drop it down? This color is 2069, and this color is 2064. So I only dropped it down by like five shading points. So let's just take this color, drop it down by like 5 points, down to 65, and then just come on, gamma, and then just to like imply the that it's not like the same chunk of building or whatever. There's like a slight separation there. That's all that's about. And then yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it'd be very subtle too. It'd just be just like so. Yeah. All right, and then yeah, I don't really want to do much more with this building. Like, I did not intend to spend like significant amounts of time on this, so. Uh, yeah, learning the worst. Learning, right? I say that sarcastically, but I do also. I I guess actually any complaint against traditional like formal education, I'll accept as valid because I do not like it myself. I'd much rather just like, I don't know, go do interesting things than have like someone tell me about boring stuff that no one cares about. Not to imply that everything is boring and not cared about, but just like if you try and tell someone about something and they don't care about it, like it's going to seem boring and like uninteresting and um so I guess I should probably have like something going on with this building a little bit. So there should be, I'll just put a door in or something. But I'm not gonna go, like I said, I don't want to go like I don't want to go nuts with this. Wait, how big are doors here? A little bit bigger than that. So Not gonna bother filling it in all the way because it's actually gonna get filled in with door color more so than this color. So I the only reason I don't mind standardized testing is that I'm really good at it. Not really good at it, but I'm pretty good at it. Yeah, no, if I wasn't if not for that, then I would be right there with you with standardized testing. It's tough because like on the one hand, like yeah, standardized testing is probably bad and stuff, but it's tough because I'm good at it. So I don't really know. I didn't really have a continuation to that thought. I just that's the. I guess that's just to explain why I'm not as adamantly against it. It's just like when I think about it, I don't think about how bad it is. I think about yeah, yeah, that time that I scored really high on that thing. But no, standardized testing is worst. Is the worst. It's awful. Everyone who is involved with standardized testing should feel horrible about themselves as people, and they should seriously, very closely examine their life. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm going a little far in the opposite direction, but uh, yeah, yeah. Horizontal slider. You mean the wait the one on my screen, like this one, the one that I used to do this, because it's off the. I think it's like it's not even just covered up by side quest. It's actually off the bottom of the screen. I could move it up if it's important for you to see it. Um, the vegetation kind of sputters out right here. I think I'll extend that a little bit further. And I could put in a little bit more if I felt like it. So, yeah. I should put an edge to this building. They just look weird without edges. It might still look weird even with this edge, but it'll look a little less weird. Yeah, that's fine. I'll clean that up slightly because I did a really sloppy job of fitting that in. Yeah, that's better. Alright, above my head? What? There's no horizontal slider above my head. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. That's covered up by OBS. Oh! Oh, I know what that is. I know. Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about the one that wasn't on screen. You're talking about one that is on screen for some reason. That is because why? Oh, I know what happened. Hold on. It's this. This is the Twitch alerts widget, and I accidentally resized it. Normally it's the right size, and so there is no horizontal slider, and so you don't see that, right? But I must have accidentally like grabbed the corner and like slid it, and so then it made the horizontal slider appear. All right, sorry. Thank you for calling that out because I would not have noticed. I think that should be fine. I think it's a slightly weird size now because I didn't even really notice when I did that. But if the alerts like look a little weird, I apologize. Hey, E47 on Eaton. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for catching that, Nickel. So, there we go. All right, then, yeah, so there's this little cluster of buildings, which is a little weird, I guess. But the good news is, so now we just have like I don't know, it's basically, like, the whole point of this like, span right here is just to block out, the view behind it, so that way the adventurers wandering through town just have a very subtle place to go to disappear into nothingness. No, they apparently just like walked down a side street or something. The door was just in a slightly weird place, so I'm shifting that slightly, and then Save that. I mean, there's a lot. We still have a ways to go, but it's looking okay so far. So yeah, so let's bring back some of the other layers, which are like so the grass. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So once we get to here, like once we get to this point, there's not going to be that water there. The water's going to have transitioned out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So the pond, I guess, will be on the pond will be in the mostly in the mid ground layer. Like it'll mostly stretch like back a little bit. It's not gonna come forward in any regard. So the water's not actually gonna even come this far, and maybe this is fine. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, this makes fine. This makes fine sense for there to be a clump of buildings here because, um, if this is on the water, like that's actually a place that actually happens. Like if you look at a map of like where people live in like the United States, for example, like if you look at the map of the a map of the country, the cities are all right on water. Like they're it's much rarer that a city is just like out in the middle of nowhere. It happens, but like people just tend to cluster around waterways. I think because because of shipping, right? Like that was so important to like the success of of a city. Hey, the leader 94. Welcome. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome. I'll just say it like 5 times. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Uh, oh yeah. So I digress. This this grass I can just kind of get rid of it. Oops, that grass too. Uh, and then I guess around here like I might want to instead of having like as much of this like just bristly like whatever shrubby vegetation, I might want to have just more like reeds and stuff, just to make the transition a little more natural. Um, yeah. Thank you. I I'm glad you like it. I grew it myself. um, so, so oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think for the river. Okay, the river. I think I'm also gonna clamp it to. Ooh no, the river I have to clamp to the mid ground layer because yeah no if the pond is gonna be in the mid ground layer we need to clamp like that. How's that gonna work though? Because I'll also want it to be huh. How do I can I can put another building somewhere. Wait, is that gonna help? No, okay, so my the puzzle that I'm like working on in my brains right now is that kind of like the people, kind of like how the people have this building that they can go behind and then just like stop existing. The water needs something like that because the water just kind of like flows. Hey, speaking of new follower notification, Delidu, welcome. I assume I'm mispronouncing your name or not, but I'm sorry if I am. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for following. Um, um, yeah. So the people have these buildings that they can walk behind and disappear. The water will like flow into the pond, but it could look a little bit funny at the edge, like because it kind of just like goes and then stops. So typically, even if there's a place for it sensibly to go, I think I'd want like I basically wanted to do what I can in terms of not like highlighting that stuff as much, like kind of like giving it like so I was thinking like this grass sort of like could act as like a cover. And I guess I could do that. I could just do like a lot of this grass. Um, I think that's basically what I do. Yeah, I think in the forest, basically, I just have it so that like the growth in the front layer, like just covers it up. Um, I, I guess that's fine. How's that? Oh no. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like how it lines up because like the thing about these layers is that they like slide at different speeds. So if I try and use the grass as cover, like it's a little complicated how it works in that like I basically have to like figure out like how this slides are like how fast the slides are moving relative to each other. And I mean, so for example, or as is literally the case, the slide in front moves 2/3, no, 3/2 as fast. It moves like 150% of the speed as the slide behind it, which means that like in the time it takes them to move like all the way across the screen, I think like an entire third of the screen has been like if so basically if I was like trying to put in some shrubs in order to like cover up that seam, I think like those shrubs would have to like stretch like literally like uh uh would have to stretch like a third across the entire screen, which is kind of a lot. I'm trying to think of like what I can do to like minimize that, or like just like not have it as overt. I mean, I could just do something simpler. Like I could just make it so that like the water just like goes, just disappears. No, I could do what I did before in the forest. What did I do in the forest? I think I kind of want to just watch the forest transition real quick, just to remind myself what I did there. So let's say so BG's name is whoa. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, wait, no, I do have a cheat. Okay, so BG's name is River, and then yeah, I put in a dev cheat for myself. So okay, I'll put the anim cooldown to 0, just for testing purposes. Save that, and then I think if I run this version of the script, hopefully it won't interfere with the, yeah, okay. So it's just gonna run in super fast mode. So I'm just gonna say, whoa, oh shoot. Well, spamming delayed frame because for whatever. I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna do wander forest and Excelsior, and then yeah. So we just have like the Turbo Vision version of the game here, where we're just gonna like I remember what it looks like. The I should have watched earlier when we went through this exact transition, but like it's basically that the river goes off into the background. I'm just trying to remember how, like what coverage did I put in? All right, so here it goes. We're about to transition into the forest. Here, I'll put it on screen. We're about to transition into the forest, and so the river. I know it starts to hook off into the background. What did I put in front of that? I think I put a lot of stuff in front of it. Kinda. Oh, maybe? Yeah, here it goes. Yeah, it just gets covered up. So what layer does it actually anchor to? Oh, it actually does anchor to the background layer. Yeah. So I guess I could just do that again. I guess like I don't know. It's not perfect. Like it's not my favorite, but it could be a lot worse. Uh hmm. Um all right, that delayed frame spam in the background is getting kind of irksome. So I'm gonna change it so that it doesn't do that. um, just real quick. It's not a huge deal, but it's that would drive me annoyed if I had to keep watching that. Yeah. So what it's actually supposed to say is whoa. If do now 0 plus anim cooldown. Oh, right. Because anim cooldown is always 0. So, huh. Interesting. I guess I can't. Oh no, I'll just say if that and anim cooldown greater than 0. Because when anim cooldown is 0, it actually I'll say like 0.1. Because when anim cooldown is really low, this print is going to get really imprecise. I'll say 0.01. Uh, when anim cooldown gets low, this print is going to get really imprecise, and so it'll just get more annoying than anything. So, yeah. So I'll do it in both versions of the script, I guess, just so I don't have to, in case I have to yeah, no, I probably will want to do that a few more times before I'm done here, so that'll save a little bit of sanity. Yeah. Alright. Save that. Save both of these. Alright. I guess I can try this. I can try the unsettle terminus and then just hope that it looks okay. And if it looks weird, I can just keep adding grass until it stops looking weird. I guess. So, oh yeah, I want to do the high water mark, which I haven't done in a while. But what I mean by that is I want to check like what is the highest point on the screen that this water ever hits, because this is a sliding because this frame like this like layer slides across the screen. Um, it I can't trust just the part. Yeah, like in some parts it's like really low and it doesn't come up nearly this high, but in other parts it actually does come up this high. So the reason I look for this is just so that oh wow, I hit it right on the mark. Is just so that like where the water hits the shore should be like muddy. It should be like wet and muddy. So I'm just doing that to, oh yeah, oops, I continued it all the way to the edge of the screen. I'm just doing this so that I'll make the background, so like, yeah, so even though they're animating separately, they'll line up so that it looks like the water comes up to the correct height. For example, so edit, invert selection, I'm just going to pick like a really obnoxious color, like pink, I guess, something that'll show up against dirt and also be really annoying. And then just like fill that in, but then like reduce the opacity because we don't need it to be so bright. Okay, so then I can actually hide the water. I don't actually have to have it there. I can just like draw accounting for it. So yeah, so let's I mean this layer is like kind of okay. The nice thing about the village is that I mean, I will want to clean this up so that there's like, whoa, I chose different colors for the path. I thought I was being consistent about that now. Oh, wait, yeah, I thought I was being consistent about that. And yet, and yet, oh, no, you know what it probably was? I kept, I kept color shifting the layers in the village, so, huh. Hold on, let me double check this real quick. Let's open like well, I know the cave. I know the cave is a different color. I think the mountains might be a different color too. Oh, is the was the mountains the color that I used as like the basis? Hold on, like clearly the river seems to be. Uh, all right, so I have the river sample. I don't have to get that. Snow is snow covered. All right, so I'll just compare the mountains and the forest as well. So near ground in the mountains and file open near ground the forest. I'm pretty sure the forest and the mountains are a different color because those were the first two environments that I made. Yeah, and I made the forest path a lot darker color than I made the mountain path. Oh, and the mountain path is a little orangey. Let's see how these compare. So this is the oops, wrong layer. This is the color of the oh, this is the color of the forest. So okay, so the forest and the river are actually the same color. I mean, I guess it doesn't super matter. Like I've had to transition the path color before, so I could just do that again. I mean, the alternative though is just to make this the same color. So like basically just layer near ground. Yeah, I mean basically just do something like that, which looks fine. I think I'll tweak this a little bit, but I think that looks mostly fine. And then would it mess up this? Would it mess up this image though? Like what? Hold on, let me just See what it would look like if I would change that color. Because like if it's gonna be if I have to like rebalance the colors in the village just to like get that to line up, like I'll probably just use different colors. So let's take the background and then so just add in other layers. Select all, copy, paste. Select all, copy, paste. So this is how it looks now, and then basically, oh, maybe it's probably pretty close to that other color of the ground. So this might work out okay. Because if I just like made the ground that color instead, I think that still works out okay, actually. Oh, you know what I was doing here? I mean, I don't know, it makes like, oh, it kind of smears with the wood. So maybe I will keep it this way. The other thing I was planning, the other thing I'm kind of doing with the ground here, which I guess this doesn't change enormously, but the other thing I was kind of doing with the ground here is making it slightly reddish, like the especially in the background, like these like browns for the dirt have like more red tones incorporated. Shoot. Yeah, if I'd been using this color from the front, I like definitely would have used a different color for the wood so that there was more separation there. So I'll probably just leave it dusty like this instead. Which, yeah, it's not ideal, but it could be a lot worse. Oh well. I try and use the same color path from environment to environment. It kind of makes sense here though, because like maybe like the dirt is just a little wet around the river. Maybe that's what that's about. I don't know. Excuse me. All right, so like to transition this, like, well, no, I won't even bother with it now. But yeah, I can do that with relative ease later on. So let's actually, well, I won't hide these layers, but let's show the layers below. Oh, not these ones. These ones. Yeah, because the next thing to do is, oh yeah, so this is hypothetically where, this is, this is where I'm thinking the pond would go, or like actually, is there going to be maybe, I wonder if there's like a side of the screen where it'd be more convenient to put the pond. Like would it be more convenient to put the pond like all the way to one side or the other? Is there an advantage to either one of those? If I put it, excuse me, if I put it like, all the way to this edge of the screen, nah, I might as well just put it like mostly centrally located. The thing I was saying before about like how the, oh, wait a second. If I put it like all the way to the, if I put it all the way to the, what side would this be? Like this side of the screen, the the right side of the screen. It would get kind of covered up by the houses, which is not necessarily a good thing. Yeah, no, I won't worry about it that much. I'll just like put in like well, actually, yeah. Hold on. Let's actually hide these upper layers a little bit because I kind of need to figure out like what the whole sense here is. Specifically, I'm pretty sure I don't want buildings like past this point. Like I don't think I want any of these actually to be here. And then if there is this pond, then what is that? How's that go? All right, well, let's color pick from the water. So like, if there is this pond here, it'll go. How am I even gonna really sell this as a pond? Like the river comes up so high that it like, well, if I do this, it has to be on this one layer because I can't push it onto the back layer. I can't like have it split between the two layers. I don't think. Well, let's see if this works at all. So big brush, I guess. Let's go. Let's go with a big, nice big brush. And oh wait, wrong layer. The midground, I guess, or layer 10. So it'd be like basically just be like a big amount of water. Now this looks crazy. The water can't come up this high because it doesn't look like perspective-y. It I guess. Oh wait, what if the pond was in the background? What if the pond was literally in the background layer? I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I think the way I set up this tech to work, I can't like anchor. Huh. What? Hold on, wait. So if I put it in the background, what does this even look like? Yeah, so it definitely can't come up that high. If I'm gonna have a pond, like it can't reasonably come up higher than like this level. Like this is how big the pond can be, roughly. Because if it goes up any higher than this, like the perspective isn't gonna work. It's gonna look weird. Like it's not gonna look like a pond set on the ground. It's gonna look well, yeah. That's the aim. Is that the river connects to the pond, right? But if I can't get the pond to actually work, then there's not really anything for the river to do. So maybe I should just go bigger, because I can't go further back. So maybe I should just go wider. Maybe I should just go like, whoops, further across here. And I mean, like, yeah. So I'll want to, I guess, be like bringing up the banks of the river, or like the banks of like the pond river body of water, whatever. But like, how does this resolve? Like, I can't just have like water up against the background. I don't think. Can I? No, I don't think so. All right. So on this side of the pond is hypothetically like not even the grassy stuff. I mean, maybe there's a patch of the grassy stuff. Like, yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe like on the other side, maybe like there's a little bit of this that that comes up or whatever. But like this, I mean, it wouldn't be that much. It'd be a little bit, and then it'd have to like taper off to give way to the village eventually. Doop-a-doop. And then yeah, I don't know if the ground plane even makes sense now. Wait, actually, no, I guess it kind of does. Cause like this, yeah, cause in the village, there actually is a very high ground plane in the middle layer. Like it comes all the way up to here, right? Like that's all mid layer ground. So I guess that might work, kinda. I don't know. What does this look like with the water and stuff? Uh, what would that be? Layer 11. All right. So yeah, basically, so the water would be stopping probably like somewhere around here. So I don't know, like this kind of. Um, I mean, yeah, you'd see more of it when it before this layer transitions in, but I guess that could be okay. Sure, why not? There's a big old pond back there. Uh, all right, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I don't know, we'll see. Uh, oh yeah, and so then the background. What am I doing with the background? I'm apparently putting very few, if any. Oh, whoa, whoops! I'm drawing on the wrong layer. I'm apparently putting very few, if any, houses in the midground. So I don't know what I should do with the background. The background transitions first. you see the edge of the transition of the background transition first, but you see the right edge of it last. So, um, yeah, I should just probably just go like about half and half. I should basically just have like the background actually might be fairly straightforward. I can basically just like um hmm. Oh yeah, one thing I talked about, which not super important, but one thing I was thinking is amuse me, hey. Excuse me. I just really liked. I like that. Very nicely done, I would say. Perfect. um. All right. So. Um. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 So what do I want to do with the buildings at the edge of town? I could have it like literally like there's like a flat edge and like here's like on this side is town, on this side is like wilderness. That would be very straightforward and simple to accomplish. I could literally just go like uh, background. Whoops! Wait, hold on. Wait, stop. Let go. Let go. What are you doing? Let go. Stop. Oh, there we go. I could just go on layer, background layer, just like basically. Ooh, wow. Okay, so that's interesting. The land. Oh, is it just because it's not visible? Okay, yeah. So it's not that dire, but there is definitely a height difference in these backgrounds. So like, I can just have the houses like start at an arbitrary point, but I do need to put the land together. Like I need the. I guess I just kind of need the grassy hills to turn greener. I'll probably like use like that scrub like these little scrub bushes or whatever that we put in the foreground. I'll probably use those as like the transitional foliage to look so basically look because like the around the river is supposed to be like more grass like and then I can just put it in um yeah, so I'll just make it look like there are like bushes like sprouting up in like the grassier areas. So yeah, the other thing I can do is basically select everything here from this layer and get rid of that. And then yeah, oh look, it's it's where that path goes. Uh, so basically, I guess yeah, let's erase a little more of that, and then I don't need quite such a big brush. I can just go in and like basically just like mesh these together. And so the gist I guess is just that like I don't know like what this foliage is exactly, but it's like just kind of like speckles itself in a little bit, and then I do have a shading tone for it as well. So like I guess I don't know. I'm not gonna bother spending too much time like justifying or explaining it. Like not necessarily to you guys, but like in terms of like the context of the game, like it's just kind of like there, and it is what it is, and it'll help. It'll help the adjustment and the just the tone of the background. So like just to give the impression that like you know there's a different kind of plant life here. Like it's not just like that the grass changed color. It's just that oh I need a smaller brush for this stuff. It's that like yeah you're just like entering a new different like area, and it has like a slightly different growth pattern or you know just there's a slightly different sort of flora in this region. I guess this I'm gonna get rid of this path just because like it makes more sense inside the city, but outside of the city it's like just a little random. So I'll just like shade the hill instead, and so we can just we can be yeah we can be a little sparing at first with the with this new vegetation, whatever it is. But then eventually it builds up, and there's more of it, and eventually it takes over, basically. I mean, this is kind of like the same thing that we do in the forest, except a little more subtle. um, sorry. Just catching up on chat. So, hey Zero, how's it going? Um, thank you guys. You guys are the nicest. Thank you all for tuning in and hanging out. Yeah, we're making a well, I don't know. Some of you might have seen the village that we've made like the past few days, and so now we're just putting in a transition between the village and the river. I don't think it's gonna be too fancy. It's actually going pretty quick so far, so that's good. And I'm not done with it, but I think I'm gonna just like see how it looks now, and because I know there's like more stuff that I'll probably want to be changing, but I don't know what exactly yet. So I will smooth out the shape of the pond real quick, because that's a little lumpy. Like in the oops, what layer am I on? What layer is this? Oh, wait, what layer am I trying to draw on? Okay, this layer, yeah. Yeah, there's just some like, whoa, wait, what the heck layer? Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer again. But this is the correct layer. Alright. I think, yeah, I probably just want to, like, put in, like, the dirt edge along the back edge of the pond. So hold on, I'm gonna hide these other layers real quick. So I think the pond should just have, like, I think I just put in this, this like, muddy far bank. I don't want to go high with it. I want to stay as low as possible. But just so that like the water doesn't like literally like lap up against like the houses in the background or something weird like that. I don't know. So yeah. I'm also making this line really thin, which tends to look a little like jarring in the backgrounds, but I don't know. Yeah, so I might end up taking it out. I mean, I still don't know what I'm actually doing with the pond altogether. Like, it's still like mostly an idea. Like, it's not like 100% fully formed. Because like if I keep it, I want to put like ripples on the surface and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it looks in game. So. Yikes. Thanks for the heads up, Amuse Me. I will stay online. Oh, Coco Liaxo. I sort of, yeah, I set up a Facebook page. I'm not on Facebook that much, so like but if you go to facebook.com/binry.tv, or here, I can put a link in chat. It is, Facebook, yeah, this one. You go here. I've gotten in the habit of posting like my daily updates there as well. So I mean, it's nothing fancy, but I like, and if I have important stuff to post, I'll try and remember to put it there as well. I do spend more time on Twitter than Facebook personally, but I recognize that not everyone does that. Some people prefer the Facebook, and so I will try to accommodate. Shoot, I'm just like going back and forth with this. I'm just like drawing it higher, then drawing it lower, then drawing it higher, then drawing it lower. I want it to like seem round, but I don't want it to go too high. I want it to. All right, huh? Yeah. All right, yeah. No, I really don't know how this is gonna look, but I'm just gonna start trying stuff out, see what sticks. So. This looks dumb, but whatever. I'm just gonna start slapping this stuff in. So no, that one's not important. New ground, layer 12. All right, yeah, so these are mostly the pieces that we have. So, excuse me. I don't want the look of my website to change. I know that sounds dumb, but I don't want the look of my website to change. um, I know that sounds dumb. Here, we can look at my website for a second and marvel at how dumb it looks. But this is like how I want it to look actually. Like literally all it tells you is exactly what you need to know, and I like that. How I like having it that way. um, the reason I point that out is because I suspect, amuse me, that you're actually very good at web. It's supposed to be boring. There's not anything on the website, like the main page. Like it's a website full of games. Like you're not supposed to spend any time here. You're supposed to like get the heck out. You're supposed to see this and you're supposed to get the heck out of here as fast as possible. You're supposed to click something and then you're supposed to be somewhere else. Like I don't want anyone to get distracted by the main page because there's never going to be anything interesting on the main page. Everything is going to be one click deep. So yeah. Uh And literally at this point, like the reason that there's only one interesting thing on this page, the side quest image, is because that's literally the only interesting thing on my site. Like, yeah, you can play the prototypes, but like the prototypes are this interesting. Like this is how interesting the prototypes are. Like this basic text on this basic background is how interesting the prototypes are right now. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't want you to. I don't want to. I mean, like, although I very much appreciate the sentiment, I really don't want you to waste your time because your time is valuable because you're talented, and I'd feel bad. Because yeah, I don't know. I'm weird. I'm a weird person. um, copy file open or no, not open. Sorry, file. New paste. Yeah, so this is roughly what our transition is going to look like. So I'll save this as backgrounds not forest, sorry, backgrounds river transition. Right, so now we're getting a new one, I guess, village. So like I'm putting in this temp data, so like if I have to restart the script, it's going to like crash, but whatever. All right, so foreground, yeah, that's what this is. That's what it's going to be someday. I don't need these to be open anymore. I can close these. Alright, undo the squish because I'm not actually done editing those layers. So then layer 11 and... What's layer 11? Oh, yeah. No, so layers 10. Yeah, layers 10 and midground get squished together. Copy this. File, new. And paste and save. And this is the midground of the transition from the river to the village, and then file, or no, so one more. Oh yeah, so undo the squishing because we're again not done with that. Squish these together. Copy file, new. Okay, paste, and then this is this is the transition to the background. I don't know if so. I'll probably have to come back and fix this seam as well because like. That might be visible. It might be that this is entirely covered by the layers in the front, and that we never actually see that seam, and so I don't have to do much in terms of fixing it. But it seems entirely possible that actually might be partly visible. Oh, sorry, I've not been paying attention. I've not been paying sufficient attention to chat. So, so um. Can I post like funny cat videos on my website? Let's post them here instead. You're a mod, so you can you can you can post funny cat videos if you need to. Not all of the links on the site are boring. There's one interesting looking link on the site. There's kind of two, not really. I mean, like there are two important links, which are two. So this one's important. This one's first because it's important, and this one is colorful because it's important. And that's like I just like if I had If I had stuff on my website, I would totally show it off. Like if there's anything worthwhile to see on my website, I would totally show it off. Nothing worthwhile to see, except for the side quest page. Like, it's not bad. It's like, you know, I have a lot of viewers. Huh? Welcome everyone. We're playing side quest right now. It's the game that's on the bottom of the screen. I'm also making side quests right now. So the what we're working on now. So yeah, so there's the graphics on the side of the screen, and you're gonna see similar, like slightly duplicated graphics showing up on a separate section of the screen. That's because I'm testing out in a separate frame some visual effects that. Oops. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to put the data in. Key error, village. Wait. What were we doing here? Why does it think that? Oh, okay. No, what is it? So for the transition, what are we missing here? Key error village. Am I doing something hacky to keep village out of the? Well, okay. Well, I don't know what that error is about, but I did remember something else that I have to do. Yeah, I have to set up. Okay, so backgrounds, river. So because the village and the river are both this special transition type, I need two data files for this. I need one for the river and one. Oh wait, yeah. So one for the. I need one for the river and one for the village. I'm just gonna use the same for both. For starters, I'll come up with like more realistic numbers in the near future, and I don't know what that's gonna look like. We'll see. So yeah, what was this other error that we were actually running into though when we tried to run the script? It says key error for village, which is weird because why doesn't it like village? Oh, there are no events. There are no events for the village. Is what it's freaking out about. So I'm just, for starters, I'm just gonna get rid of this whole, or actually, wait, hold on. Instead of getting rid of it, I'm going to do what to it? I'm going to. I could just make up an event for the village. Yeah, maybe that'd be easier. I hope this works out because I'm hacking all of my data to presume like the existence of this stuff. All right, so what's something that should definitely go in the village? I'll just put like a one off there. Um, the like rescue, no, malady takes place in a village. Yeah. All right, so this is this. Oh, and I'm moving it from the snow to the village. Fine, whatever. The snow environment has like so few. Hey, congratulations, Jacquemus. So, all right, now, so I think, yeah, this should work now. All right, so we're gonna run from the river to the village real fast. So I'll say wander village, and nope, that's gonna crash. Why is it crashing? Setup transition. Newgrounds. Did I save it in the wrong place or something? Journey backgrounds. What would it be? River. Transition to village. Near ground. Oh, I called it foreground. It's actually the near ground, not the foreground. Yeah. The foreground, we actually don't pay attention. We don't use. We have a foreground layer, but we don't use it in transitions because it just moves too fast relative to everything else. All right, so now we can wander to the village. Excelsior. All right, well, it hasn't crashed yet. So now what we should see in the near future. So we're okay. So like I said, the data is temporary for the water layer and for the villager layer. So we're gonna see like the water end at like a weird arbitrary point, and we're gonna see the I should put in real data for that because I could figure out what it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, for one thing, like the yeah, no, I should do that. I shouldn't even bother like watching. Well, I'll have it like out of the corner of my eye maybe, but no, what I should really be doing is just fixing those numbers because like yeah, so for river, what is it going to be? It's like what this data keeps track of is where to terminate these things. So like so it's pretty straightforward. Like the water terminates when it enters the basin. So like we can call that like 960. Or actually, let's make it go a little bit further. So like 980, I guess. Oh yeah, it's happening in the background. All right, so this is our transition so far. Like I said, the villagers are just kind of like they're gonna run across the pond and then just disappear. But yeah, so this is roughly what our transition is gonna look like someday. And oh, I hadn't thought about that. The pond. Yikes. Yeah, okay, well I'm glad I ran this simulation because I think I need to move the pond further to the left because I don't know if you noticed it was a little quick, but like so these villagers are just kind of like running in the background, and because of the way the layers transitioned, they not only did they run out of the pond, like it was silly that they were running out of the pond. They were running too far, like that they were appearing on the other side of the pond. But even behind these building in the foreground, which is here, I'll set it up the kind of correctish way, and then we can look at it again. I'll put in better data here. So like this is supposed to be mid ground, but it's supposed to be like 980. Save that, and actually it's gonna change again because, like I just said, we're gonna move the pond. But then the village is supposed to be, for one thing, it's supposed to anchor to the near ground because the near ground is where there's the occlusion there that helps it look less weird. Oh, sorry. What is the longest word in the English language? I don't know. No, I do. Do you count science words? I actually know the answer to this one. There's a science word that is literally like, it's something crazy. It's like 109 pages long. I don't remember what it is, but it's like I don't know. It's the name of like some chemical compound or something, and it's like literally like if you wrote out the full scientific notation name for it, it's like it's crazy. Sorry for not answering that question as fast. Whoa, that's a cool word too. Flossinahoplication. Of course. I was going to say that one too. I'm going to kick side quest into away mode just because, like the real side quest. Just because, I don't know. No particular reason. Just going to do it. Oh yeah, okay. So also I can stop this simulation. Oh yeah, wait. Well, yeah, so I'll restart it in a second, but I'm going to stop it for a second first. And put in, better village values. So this is, oops, I had this open already. So it's going to be the near ground, and it's going to stop really, really far towards the end. Like all we're going to see is like the characters like walk behind this building, but then we don't really see anything more of them. So we can just use like what is this, 1920? So we can use 1920. Or no, wait, 1920 is the full pixels. Like we can use like 1810, which is like roughly where my cursor is located right now, because that's just enough room for them to move behind the building. So it's then anchored to the near ground, and 1810. That means that separate layer of the characters, that the villagers that were just like running previously, they were just like running off into the lake or into the pond. Now they're going to not run out so far. Like I said before, thank you, Jacquemus. So yeah, so if we wander to the village now, Excelsior, the thing that we're gonna see, and I'm gonna try and like eyeball this time, like see like roughly where the pond lines up relative to the buildings in the foreground, because well, so for one thing, the buildings in the foreground, I can actually shift them more to the right so that they're closer to the edge of the screen, which will help. And then I'll take the pond and shift it to the left. So I'm just gonna see if I can get like see if I can tell roughly like well, okay. So I'm gonna look for a few things. I'm gonna look to see if the pond looks okay in general, and then if it does, if if I can kind of get a sense of like how far to the left I have to shift it in order for the villagers not to run out in front of it. Uh, cool. Okay, so here's the pond. It looks weird. I might want to just not do the pond because frankly it just looks weird. And then there's the fact that the villagers are still running out onto the pond. They didn't run out from beside the blah blah blah. What am I? Ah, man. Maybe I should just do what I did before. Maybe I should just make it so that maybe I should just make it so that the pond just like kind of goes off into the background. I could do something a little more interesting with it. Like I could uh no, I don't know. Um well, yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try more stuff. We'll see. Uh, we shall see. What can be done? Like, so basically, what I was seeing, like looking at it in those transitions, it just looked like it didn't look like the well, yeah. So there's very little. In order to imply depth in this game, I kind of have to like do it over like the distance, right? I have to do it like over the different layers of parallax. Thank you, Solarstern. Um, right. So what this wasn't looking like it was going very far back. Like it didn't imply perspective. It just kind of looked like it was like. Well, so one thing I was thinking is like, if I could just like I could just like break the whoops wrong layer. I could just break the layer of mud that I put around the pond and just have it like flowing off into the background, I guess, kind of like just kind of like imply that like there's like that this is where it's like that maybe it's like pooling here, but then it's also like flowing off into the into the background. And then I don't know what to do with that though. Like maybe it's doing that, um, and then maybe there's like another basin in like in the background layer. Um, I mean, it can't just like go off forever. It has to resolve like somehow. But yeah, maybe like well yeah. So all right. So there's like so what if there's like this basin here, and then oh yeah, I haven't done it yet, but like I mean I was planning on like putting in like some level of like like pondly circly like well I guess towards this place it would be more like it wouldn't be as just like generic circliness. It would be more like it'd be a little more deliberate, sort of like pointed. What? Oh, I'm using my fingers on the wrong hotkey. I was like maybe yeah, it'd be a little more like pointed, like channeled towards the center. But then like there'd be just in general there'd be like a few, just kind of like to imply like something going on the surface of the pond. Like it. Oh wait, yeah. I mean, I'm doing this, but I also do remember that I have to move the pond completely. So actually, yeah. I guess I might as well. I should move the pond first. Yeah. Oh yeah. I kept saying I was gonna put it like in the middle, but actually it's really far towards the edge. So let's just take what we got of this as it is so far, and just kind of slide it on down. And then I'll probably want to restore some of the the village in the mid ground because why not? So yeah, I noticed that there was like a spike. Oh, oh, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Al Sua Then Song, but thank you very much. Um, yeah, I noticed there was a nice pickup in viewership. I don't know if someone like retweeted a link to the channel or something, but thank you if you did. um, I or if you botted the channel, like that's slightly less exciting, but good for you, I guess. I don't know. All right. Yeah. Okay. The so yeah, I'm gonna get rid of some more of this because we don't need to see as much of that. Whoops, wrong layer. Uh, get rid of some more of this because we don't need that as much. Uh, although I guess maybe not quite that much. Let's get rid of like that much, I guess. Yeah, that's good. And then all right, yeah. So if I was gonna do this, I could do something like that, and then what else? Like huh? Yeah. I was gonna say like because there's like the seam here, like between the river and the basin, is gonna be slightly unseemly. Sorry. Um, but yeah, I can. So like, I was kind of hoping that like those buildings in the foreground layer would like help cover it up a little bit, but I don't really have to worry about that. I think instead I'll just aim to have the grass do most of the work there, and then that way I can not have to worry about the position of the pond relative to those buildings. I'm just opening up the midground to the village again because I'm going to actually reapply it here. Oh shoot, this. Oh, I forgot to unsquish the background layer. That's fine though. That's easy enough. Um, oh. Uh, I guess that doesn't really help because the midground layer has this like weird like woodchuck building. Yeah, actually, maybe I don't have to do that. maybe maybe I'll just like make a new hut to go in this space or something. Because I don't like any of that. I certainly don't like the next hut. Like I don't like this hut in particular. It's like maybe these huts would have been fine, but nah, whatever. I'll just make one up if I need one. Or maybe this I said I was gonna put like a fisher person possibly fishing in the river. Um, for starters, though, I'm literally just gonna connect the the ground. I'm just gonna just gonna bigger brush. Wow, not that big. That is way too big. All right, that's fine. Yeah, just oops, not that high. Like so. What is that? What is this weird pick? What's this? What's this random green business we have going on here? That must be on this layer, right? Yeah. All right. This is probably better for starters. Oh, except this will change the anchor point of the water, like I said. So it's now set at like 600, or actually no, I can go a little further out, like 625 maybe. All right, so the river still anchors to the midground, but it only goes out to 625. Save that. It like creeps me out sometimes to know how many people are viewing the channel. Hey, W Matrix, WI, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, so, I just tend to completely like ignore the number of people that are watching because like it's not like I'm gonna stop being entertaining or like it's not like I'm gonna stop trying like if there's a certain number if it's not like I'm gonna try harder if there's a certain number so uh yeah the I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Even like people have pointed out to me that they find it funny that like even when there's like basically no one here, and even when like no one's talking in chat, I'll still like be talking to the camera, which is that weird? Like to me that's normal. That's like why would I be streaming if I wasn't going to be I don't know. I guess that's not just it's just not a unanimous sentiment though. Some people think that like well if there aren't if there are only several viewers then like who cares about those viewers? Like I don't know. um I like never have no viewers. Uh yeah. I'm I really shouldn't be caring about like subtle detail right now because this is probably all gonna change again, or it might get like all removed or something. I don't know. Oh yeah yeah. So oh my, who's my favorite Hearthstone streamer? That's a that's a tough question. Um, Partly because the answer is Amaz. I just have a lot of respect for what Amaz does. Like he's not even just like uh my favorite Hearthstone streamer per se. I think he's like just a really exemplary model for like what makes a good streamer. Like just in general. Like it so he plays Hearthstone, but that's just like a coincidence. Um yeah, I'm just really impressed with his work. So I yay! We made it. We're at the top, you guys. We're winning. um I have a lot of favorite Hearthstone streamers though. um I one of my other favorite Hearthstone streamers is not just a Hearthstone streamer. She streams a lot of stuff, but I really like watch. I really like Legendary Leah, just because she's like the most fun streamer that I've seen like anywhere. So again, like like part of the reason I really like Legendary Leah is that I think she's a really good example of how a streamer can entertain. Like I don't know. I think like I think she's like I don't know. She's a little crazy in a really fun way, and I think that it makes for an entertaining stream. Okay, okay. So before I like just plug these in and like see how this looks again, because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the villagers will not be like, oops, oh, yeah, I forgot to switch the layers. I'm pretty sure the villagers will not be walking out into the water anymore, which is good because they weren't supposed to be doing that. Um, but I still please stop telling me Cheeseman Panda. Like I said, it freaks me out to know. Am I on Instagram? Yes, I am on Instagram as I'll just get the link to it. It's the same name as my Twitch name, Binri. So it'd be Instagram slash Binri. Is that how that works? Yeah. I don't use it like super much, but yeah. I post pictures of like purple cabbage. And oh, I took a trip to Hawaii, and so that had some good pictures and stuff. But please stop telling me Cheeseman Panda. Please stop. um, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so if this is gonna work, I don't know if this pond situation is going to work. But if it is, I feel like maybe there would be also water in the background. Maybe. Does that even make sense? I don't know. Hold on. I lied. I am gonna see how this looks in game, and just to see if I can picture it, just to see if it like makes any sense to me at all. Because if it doesn't, I can always just go to something more simpler, something a lot simpler. Uh, so, oh, I should also be keeping an eye out for this seam to see like how noticeable that is. Um, Alright, so we run the script and we wander to the village. Oops. Excelsior. Uh, hmm. Oh, here, I'll move the edge of the screen onto screen so we can see it. Um, thank you. Thank you, Fangradi Pnu. Sorry for pronouncing your name, but thank you. Thank you for the compliment. um, um, okay, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but because like the yeah, so what I was seeing earlier with like the pond was that it looked like it was like pooling up on like like the edge of something. Like it felt like because it didn't feel like it was going into the background, it felt like it was like elevated up kind of. And so like I added like I was thinking I could add in like that little lip and like have it look like it's emptying out behind itself. Um but then if I did that, I feel like maybe I should also put uh nah, rabble rabble. Was the wrong thing I lined it up for. But uh for another thing, I don't know. I don't know if that's really working. I should probably just go for something simpler. Something yeah. I should do the watermill. I should do the I should do the watermill and just not bother with the animation to it. I guess cuz then I can just have the water go behind the building and like problem solved. Uh yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. Does that actually work though? Because what happens with the yeah, I guess with the layers behind it, uh, so it would go the water would run up to the watermill, and then so the watermill would actually be on the mid-ground layer. Oh, so that's where it would go in that empty patch. Um, all right, sure. Uh, oh wait, but if the yeah, okay, so it'll just like I guess it'll basically just be like the I kind of want to put the watermill on the front layer, but I don't know. I don't think that would actually like work very well. Because if the watermill is on the front layer, then like, what does the water do? I could just have buildings on the other side of the water. There could be yeah no. There's no reason that there couldn't be buildings. Right. Actually, maybe that would make more sense if there were buildings on both sides of the water, because um, why wouldn't there be? Why like why would they just stop building at the water? Um, all right. That's that sounds doable. Uh, um, hey, Yaldori, how's it going? Uh, um, all right, yeah, let's try that. So the watermill will be on the front layer, which will be nice because then I don't know what I'll do. It's not gonna be animated. It's just gonna be like motionless. Whatever. Whatever. We'll see how this goes. All right, so if the watermill is on the front layer, yeah. So, well, so one of the other things I was noticing, or that I kind of wanted to change, is that I wanted I actually wanted more buildings on the front layer. I wanted I wanted this to go even further down the screen. So let's uh, let's do that actually. Let's go back to the foreground layer. Oh, yeah, no, that's the midground layer. Let's go back to the foreground layer or the near ground layer. Excuse me. In here. Oh yeah, after. Yeah. Oh wait, I can't. So I can't crib more from here. I'll just add in. I'll just add in the mill building. It's not. It doesn't take that long to draw. All right. So the mill building, I guess, will be outside this other stuff for now, because like I'm gonna be redoing a lot of that stuff. Since so the old mill building, the old haunted mill, uh, probably not actually haunted. Um, I'll I probably won't keep quite as much grass, but I will actually have some like grass growing up. Whoa, what layer, man? the wrong one, apparently. Uh, I will have some grass growing up around the old haunted mill, which I'm probably gonna keep calling it that, but it's not actually haunted, and it's not actually a mill. I mean, it is actually it is actually a mill, not actually haunted. Um, will actually have grass, probably to some extent. So I'm just gonna hide this temporarily. Uh, do. So, and then, oh yeah, right, so shading. I'll make this building actually like really long for some reason. It'll just look like a really, I don't know, like maybe this is like an important building. Or it was like an important building. Back before it got abandoned and haunted. There, I think the reason I keep wanting to call the building haunted is because I think it's gonna like, well, so the mill isn't gonna be spinning, right? Like the water mill is going to be like still, which I think will add to the idea of like, or it would add to the impression that like maybe the building's like run down, and I could actually make the building look run down. I could like make one of the windows broken or something. I don't know like how important it is for me to sell that effect or whatever. But oops, wait, why would they? Hold on. I'm not good at geometry. I did not make the yeah. These lines should line up for the shading purposes, and sometimes I forget that. Oops, that was a little too far. So, I am. I'm gonna mute the microphone for 1 second. I'm not actually going anywhere. Sorry. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right. So, uh, um, okay. I don't know how to respond when someone in chat only says an emoticon. I'll respond like this. How about, or like, so that's my response to that. All right, let's oops, not the clone stamp tool. Not the clone stamp. Not the clone stamp tool. All right, so this is our old abandoned mill building. The old. I'll stop saying it's haunted eventually. So I think I'm gonna take a. Oh, so how do these colors compare? This is like 92 and this is 70. So if this is 58, this would be like a lot lower. 58, so like 40. I don't know, something really low. I'm just trying to think like what color would a window be if there was a window on this side of the building. Just like because this is like the only building that's actually like had like a lot of depth to it. Oh yeah, actually, so it'd be like for oops, wrong tool. For perspective reasons, it'd actually be really narrow. But I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe I'll put a door on this side of the building too. Actually, what would a door look like on the side of the building? I've been implying that the doors are a bit recessed. So, oh right, yeah. I was gonna use the darker shading tone, but I'm in the darker shading tone, so that's not gonna work. So 74. I thought it was supposed to be 75. So the doors are a bit recessed, or at least they tend to be. So it'd be like if there was a door on the side of this building, it would look kind of like that, I guess. Except it would go all the way down to the ground. And then wait, hold on. Let me get a little closer on this. I can probably watch that, Asado. My mic's not still muted, is it? I remember to unmute it, right? Good. Okay. Uh, Brother, thank you very much. Um, I'm glad you enjoy it. I stream a lot, so if you enjoy the stream, I hope to see you again. I hope to see you a lot. Hey, new follower. Uh, do do do. Acid Chaos, welcome, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for following. Uh, we're adding a door to the side of the old haunted mill, which, as I've been saying, is not actually haunted. Uh, it's barely actually a mill, but still. Should I introduce like another tone of shading? Because like it looks really flat right now. I guess why not? All right, so click it down by 5 has been the mo so far. It's like I should use a smaller brush for this. I mean, it tends to be. That's like kind of how I've been shading it. Whoops, not clone stamp tool. It's kind of like how I've been shading it on like the fronts of the buildings, but I mean, this is like it's not a direct comparison because like with the like if there's a door on the side of the building, it would be. Is it tilted? It feels tilted. It feels like it's slightly angled in like the wrong direction. Yeah, I don't know. I won't worry too much about this. Maybe there's a door on the side of the building. Maybe there's not. I don't know. All right. And then yeah, how's that looking overall? I guess that's fine. So the reason I'm trying to make it look deep, or make it look like it goes like long the ways and stuff, is that I want it to So like if the mill part is going to be on the other side, like on the side that we can't really see, so it's mostly just going to be like sticking out from the side of the building. So it's going to be like like coming out like. I'm gonna use a new layer for this just so that I can draw it like because there's gonna be like some level of detail to this. So it's gonna come out like this basically, and like dip into the water like so. Oh yeah, where's the water level? Let's show that. Show the water level. All right, so the water comes like that. So this is gonna sit on top of the water. So, I guess. What am I doing? Wait, what? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. So I guess I'll want, oh, I'm still on the wrong layer. Okay, yeah, so I'm just basically going to, okay, so I'm gonna, oh yeah, okay, so I'm going to be anchoring the water now. It won't be anchored to the background, the mid-ground layer anymore. It'll be anchored to the near ground. I got hosted. That's funny. Usually it tells me when I get hosted. But thank you for whoever's hosting me. I didn't get any notification, but welcome. Welcome, friends. uh, um, how's it going? We're playing and working on SideQuest. I've been calling it a... Why is my hotkeys not working? Oh, because my mouse is on the wrong computer. Yeah, so right now we're working on a village. Like, the village is mostly done, and we're kind of in the process of, like, connecting the village to the rest of the world. And so, this village is connected by way of a river, or, like, there's a river that leads into the village. And so, you know what I should be looking up is what these water mills, like, look like, because I was going to guess, and I was probably going to be really wrong. So let's look at... what like a watermill might look like in real life. So it seems like, oh yeah, I was gonna say like it looks like wooden buildings a lot, but this building is stone. Although I don't know if that necessarily counts as water. I know, I have no clue what this is. This looks like a miniature or something. Yeah, 1/8. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, I don't want to do anything like fancy. It's basically like just a giant wheel. Like it's a big wheel that sticks into the water. That's how I was imagining it to look. So that's basically how it's gonna look. I think it's gonna be more of like the fuller kind, not like the not like this one where it like it's like empty and like or like where there's spaces between it. I was picturing more like the fuller, thicker kind. So it's basically gonna be like this. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. It's just I guess actually it wouldn't be quite so round because it's mostly pointed towards the camera. So like the camera. So it'd be like oh yeah, and I shouldn't so yeah, it actually goes lower than like I was